You know what I need to do? I need to review some scams too, like Bernie Madoff scam.
Yeah.
You know, like Sam Israel's scam, like
Jeffrey Epstein.
Epstein. Yeah. I probably should.
You should do that right now.
I don't know anything. I just look. The only.
It's hot right now.
I know it's hot.
Luke got the clicks on just that girl.
That was so funny.
On the what's her name? The Epstein chick.
Oh, Epstein. No, I thought you meant the porno chick that he interviewed.
No, he's talking about the interview we did with Sean Atwood, where he was talking about Ghislaine Maxwell.
Oh, okay.
He was talking about, because he's like covered the Epstein case front to back,
and he thinks he was killed, and right?
He was definitely killed. I mean, I don't even think it's conspiracy anymore.
What do you think, Matt?
Well, we dropped the video too when she got arrested, so it was in the news, and it was just the coincidence of the headline and her in the news, and it just blew up. And our little dinky channel that had 6,000 subscribers doubled in 5 days, and now we have like 13.
Yeah, now we have like 13,000,
Nice.
and it's blowing. Yeah, it blew up. It's just
Nice.
it's Sean covers all that stuff, like the war on drugs. Like he knows every little bit about like the corrupt history of the United States. It's crazy. I mean, and the Epstein stuff's hot right now, so everybody's interested in the Epstein stuff, especially because that Ghislaine lady just got arrested.
What do you think's gonna happen to her?
I don't even know who this is. I know
It's like
I saw
she was his like right hand man.
Like,
so she
helped bringing in the chicks.
She helped procured all the girls. So like,
but it was like his girlfriend kind of too.
Yeah. Well, weren't they all?
Yeah. But like his main showpiece one.
My problem is, it would be, despite, I haven't looked at anything, but I've been in holdovers.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been in, pins and mediums and lows. And you're not pulling off a murder in there unless you paid an inmate or a guard to do it.
Right.
And I just don't see, and I understand they can say, well, the coroner said that his neck wasn't. Stop it. The fact of the matter is, you would have had to have gotten, and I understand the camera didn't work. Fucking half the cameras don't work. The point is that you would have had to have gone, the only way to pull it off, you went and you got a guard.
Yeah.
You paid the guard to go into to disable the cameras. The guards are fucking retards, okay? They're not disabling shit. Maybe they just shut them off, but they're not going to break them in a way that they look like they've been breaking. They didn't break them 6 months earlier or 2 months, or tell me that the camera just happened to stop working 20 minutes before the thing. I don't see that. So a guard has to go in, kill him in such a way that it looks like an accident.
They're saying one of his cellmate killed him.
Okay, did they charge the cellmate?
Well, obviously they're not saying they're saying he committed suicide. The prison is saying that.
Okay.
But the conspiracy is his cellmate killed him.
How did they contact his cellie to get him to?
They got to be powerful enough to get there.
How did they?
You don't think it's possible to
all
get
the people he got dirt on?
Did you see his cellmate that they put him with?
No, I'm sure he was a beast.
The dude was like an ex-cop, fucking gorilla on steroids, fucking massive.
Okay.
Humanoid. The dude was could snap the guy's neck
so
easily.
So why wouldn't they prosecute him? Why wouldn't they? Are you telling me all these people are investigating?
We need the transcripts.
Has anybody seen how the connection between this guy and where's the money and where's this and where's that? I just don't, and I don't know much about it, but I base it, but I know the Bureau of Prisons, and I know you're just not going to be able to make a phone call and get someone to murder somebody. That's a hell of a leap. And maybe, and look, maybe I'm wrong. I don't think so. But I also know.
And the bone in his neck that was snapped. They said there's no way that bone never breaks by just by just someone hanging themselves.
So I have a question. The coroner that did
his neck was literally snapped. Like for that bone to be broken, there had to have been a severe.
I understand. They said, what did the coroner that researched him, that researched the whole thing, and that actually looked at the body? What did he say?
I don't know for sure. but I know that bone was broken. I know there was.
I'm sure, but what's so funny is it's easy to be an armchair quarterback and be
an armchair quarterback. Wow, that's a great one, Matt.
3,000 miles away.
Roasted you.
Huh?
You roasted him.
Well, I'm saying you're 3,000 miles away. Some guy's 3,000 miles away, has a degree in, or is a pulmonary specialist, like in lungs, and he's telling a coroner that looks at 6 bodies a day that this bone could never be really, because the guy that looked at the actual body said this, and he doesn't work for the BOP and he doesn't work for the government.
The actual coroner
saying it was
saying that bone was broken.
So he's okay. I understand he's saying it's broken. So you're saying he's saying he was strangled, or is he saying it was suicide? He's saying it was broken and it's suicide. Some guy 3,000 miles away or across the planet is saying that bone is broken. It's never broken in any other cases ever. Bullshit.
Right. Okay.
And that means someone choked him to death. Come on, bro, stop.
You're
a pulmonary specialist.
You don't think a coroner could be paid off to fake what the cause of death was?
They're paying off everybody.
I mean, if anybody can be paid off, the coroner is probably the easiest one to pay off.
I think that if I was in the administration and that I knew that he had this information and I knew this and I was concerned and I was this and I was in the inside and I could pull this off, I'd have killed that motherfucker before the cops ever got there. Because that's who I am. I know, right? You know this. You know I can get in the BOP and I can get the guard to do this and I can contact this guard. And why didn't you just kill him before when he was indicted, when he was on home confinement, when he was coming back and forth to the court? Why didn't you just have when he was being able to be seen by his lawyer? There's 1,000 ways to kill him.
I think that they thought, as well as Epstein, I think he truly believed, as well as probably a lot of people, he was probably convincing everybody around him that he was going to be able to get out of there without being convicted of anything, just like he had done already.
There's a whole other theory that he's still alive. There was a whole other thing with people were saying like the body was removed by somebody and they don't know who took the body. And I saw a whole thing on this and it was like, what? They're talking about how he's still alive somewhere. I mean, there are nut jobs everywhere. People believe all kinds of stuff.
Right, but you're saying that it's extremely difficult. It would be extremely difficult for somebody to murder him and cover it up, right?
Yeah. To murder him.
I don't think that's that far-fetched.
To murder him, it would be difficult. Let me give you an example. In Coleman. In Coleman.
Okay, but Coleman is nowhere near what this prison is.
No, but it may not be near it. But the basic facility designs are all pretty similar, and the security procedures are pretty similar.
Really, this thing's like a tower. The one in New York City.
I understand, but you're not suggesting someone broke in and killed him. You're saying that somebody told this guy to kill him, and he did.
But the layout of the prison is completely different, of the Metropolitan Prison in New York.
But we're not talking about someone breaking in or leaving or getting in. You're now saying no, they got to a guy that actually was able to put his hands on him. So all they had to do was get him a message and convince him to kill the guy.
Right, exactly.
I mean, that's a powerful argument. I mean, that's a powerful, to suggest it. This is a guy, was that guy got a life sentence? His cellie?
I wonder where that guy is now. That guy that was his cellmate at the time.
Because he's probably going, I didn't kill anybody. What are you talking about? Who's
I wonder if anybody's talked to him, where he is right now.
I bet he's getting a ton of letters from these guys saying this and that. And, hey, can you call us on the BOP phone and talk? And can we do an interview? We'll send you $1,000 if you'll just answer some questions. He's probably like, look at these crackpots. I'm surprised he's not doing interviews. I'd be taking the $1,000 left and right. Yeah, I'll call you at 5. We can do an interview. All he's got to do is take the $1,000, put the $1,000 on my books and say, no, I didn't kill him. What are you talking about? Leave me alone. I mean, I'm saying it is difficult to do that. And when those types of things happen, let's say the guy does get killed. There was a CO in Coleman, a female CO, who actually, and I want to say it was in the pen, actually told one of the guys, one of the inmates she was in the shoe and one of the inmates was giving her a hard time. And, the inmates in the shoe, they'll just say disgusting things to the female guards. So this one inmate was giving her a hard time and she actually took another inmate that was more friendly to her and put him in the other guy's cell. And when she put him in there, in the cell, she said, break his legs or break his arm. The guy got in there and he basically tries to like break his arm or something, right? They get into a huge fight. The other guy doesn't allow him to break his arm. He puts up a fight. So the other guy ends up choking him to fucking death. Kills him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then, of course, the FBI comes in because they can't let SIS invest. They can't investigate something like that. So the FBI comes in. They investigate the whole thing. Other guys overheard stuff, whatever. The guy ends up saying, okay, this is what happened. He tells what happened. The female CO, they go to her. They tell her, look, we understand this is what happened. There's a camera. We can see you talking. We know this.
Yeah.
We know that. We're going to give you a plea. Take like 5 or 10 years. You'll go to prison. That's it. She says, no, I didn't know this was going to happen. This isn't what no. She didn't obviously know how the federal system works. So she goes to trial. She loses. She gets like a fucking 30 years or a life sentence.
God damn.
So that's my basic understanding of the case. This is a female guard that told a guy to just break the guy's arm, and the whole thing unraveled immediately.
Right.
How would this not have unraveled immediately?
I mean, there's fucking powerful people that wanted him dead.
People want to believe that.
Prince Andrew, the Clintons.
The Clintons.
You think that's fake? There's pictures of them hanging out with Prince Andrew.
What does that mean?
What do you mean? What does it mean? They had the dude.
It doesn't mean that if I was hanging out with Prince Andrew, does that mean that I'm a pedophile?
No, but
or he's a pedophile. That doesn't mean if
there's
Prince
there's a woman who was like 16 or 17 years old who has a picture with Prince Andrew and Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein in their house in London. Who was underage, and she says that she was raped by him.
I understand. Okay. So I love the way you're going off track here. So now we're saying
not going off track.
Did Prince Andrew break in and kill him?
No, I'm just saying that this Epstein had evidence on Prince Andrew.
So kill him beforehand. Look, the guy beat his case in Florida. He did a little bit of time. He got off on it. He kept touching the girls, and he ended up getting a federal trial. He got jammed up, but he got away with it once. If you knew he had all this stuff, and you knew that information was out there, and you were capable of pulling this off, why wouldn't you have killed him when he was in his own house? You could have had one guy go up, shoot him in the fucking head, he'd be done. Instead, you wait for him to get jammed up again, go to prison, get a thing.
No, I think he was really valuable.
They wanted to keep going to the parties on the island.
No, I think he was really
Can't kill him.
Yeah.
Then there's no more party.
No, I think Epstein still had a lot of value to them, and I think they probably truly believed that he would be able to get out of it.
Listen.
I think maybe it got too late. They said, "Fuck it, we got to pull the plug."
Look, like I said, I don't know anything about it. Okay.
Yeah.
But what I am saying
Neither
is
do
this.
I.
And by the way, nobody would love to tell you that the government is fucked up. And nobody more than me would like to say, oh, they're scumbags, this, that. The truth is they're going about their business, and I don't see anybody pulling off murdering this guy. And I think that if the BOP thought that he was actually killed, they would have charged the other guy. They would have charged the cell. They've been like, how easy is that? This is the guy that killed him.
The guy's name was Nicholas Tartaglione, he was a cop in Westchester County, and he was charged in 2016. He was charged with deaths of 4 men, stemming from an alleged cocaine drug conspiracy. So this is the guy who Epstein was housed with in that prison.
He didn't kill anybody.
He killed 4 people.
No, he didn't. What does it say? He didn't kill him. He was charged in a conspiracy with
the deaths of 4 men
in drugs, right?
Okay.
Right. So I was a part of a conspiracy.
So it was a RICO.
And 4 people
case.
died with doing cocaine or doing heroin, doing some kind of drug, and they charged me with their deaths. I know a guy that got a guy named Brandon who got like 25 or 30 years because he actually. You know what he did? 25 years because he made the mistake of going to trial. Here's why Brandon went to prison. Because he was a bouncer at a bar, and a chick came in and said, hey, Brandon, do you know anybody that sells heroin? And he said, yes, I do. I actually do know a guy. Here's his phone number. She went and bought heroin from the guy. She ODs. They grab the fucking dealer. Dealer calls back. How'd you get in touch with him? Brandon sometimes will give people my number if they need drugs. And so Brandon gave me the number, and they come and they indict Brandon and say, well, you're going to plead guilty to like 5 or 10 years, or you can go to trial, but it's for this murder. And he says, fuck you. I just gave him a number. I didn't know she was going to die. I didn't know that. He goes to trial. Boom. He loses. He gets like 25 years.